Hey, everybody. The big question on everybody's mind about AI overviews is how can my site be included in the summaries? How can I optimize my content for visibility in the AI overviews? So, in this video, I'll discuss the AI overviews or AIOs and what you can do to optimize for them based on insights from the Google patent. So, let's get started. So AI overviews take up a huge chunk of space on Google search result pages. This can lead to a decrease in clicks on traditional organic results. This can make optimization necessary for you to maintain visibility and relevance for your targeted keywords. So, to Google's patent on generative summaries for search results, this offers a lot of insights into how the AI overviews select documents. The patent discusses over 20 different measures that can influence selection. So, my goal in this video is to break down these measures and understand how you can potentially leverage them to increase your content's visibility in the AI overviews. So Google uses multiple measures to select search result documents or SRDs for the AIOs. There isn't an identified formula for combining these measures. Nothing was discussed in the patent as far as how they are used in tandem. And also, each user's summary can be individualized, but not always. I've seen cases where using the same query, I've gotten the same summary as other people, and other times where I've gotten completely different summaries than other people. So just keep in mind that Google is constantly updating and adjusting its algorithms, and we'll do that for the AI overviews moving forward as well. So, testing is a super important part of optimization. You need to identify your target queries and test if they trigger the AI overviews for your content. There are many tools out there that are offering visibility, and one free one that you can use is called the Google AI Overview Impact Analysis Chrome extension, and that'll help you analyze the impact of AIOs and if your queries are triggering the AIOs. So just remember as well, ABT, always be testing. So continuous testing, optimization are necessary to stay ahead. Now let's talk about query dependent measures. These measures are directly influenced by the specific query that the user makes. And these include positional ranking, selection rate, locality, and language measures. So Google does consider the search result rank of the search result documents when selecting them for the AI overviews, but it's not just about being the top ranking page. So the AI overviews select broadly from the search result documents, and they do take into account the relevance and diversity of sources. So while it's always important to gain high rankings and claim real estate for more competitive keywords, you may still have a chance at capturing visibility in the AIOs. So next, we're talking about selection rate. So this is essentially the click-through rate of the search result documents. Google monitors user clicks in the search results and potentially in the AI overviews. So for optimization, you could work on improving your selection rate by optimizing uh, your titles, your headers, on-page content to engage users and encourage clicks. So this create compelling content that attracts user engagement. So the locality and language measures, they help ensure that the search result documents are geographically and linguistically relevant to the user. So the locality measure checks for geographic relevance and language measure matches the user's language preferences. To optimize for these measures, ensure that your content is localized and available in multiple languages of targeting a diverse audience. But just keep in mind, as of filming this video, the AI overviews are only available in the United States and in English. So moving on to query independent measures, these aren't directly influenced by the specific query, but by other factors like user behavior and document characteristics. So these include selection rate for multiple queries, trustworthiness, freshness, and popularity. So the selection rate for multiple queries measures how often a source is selected across a variety of queries. So high selection rates across several queries can indicate broad relevance and trust. To optimize for this, ensure your content is relevant across multiple related queries. For example, if you have a page about adding captions to videos, ensure it's relevant for queries like add captions to video, iPhone, how to add subtitles to a video on iPhone free, how to add subtitles. And that can help you improve your content selection rate. Moving on to trustworthiness. So this includes author, domain, and inbound links. So trust is mentioned, I think, about 9 or 10 times in the patent. So that really highlights its importance. So to enhance your trustworthiness, ensure your content is authored by reputable individuals, hosted on credible domains, and supported by reputable and relevant inbound links coming to your sites. So the freshness refers to recently created or updated content, and popularity considers the general or overall popularity of the search result document. So what you want to do here is to regularly publish new content, update your relevant content, and promote them. Fresh content tends to perform better, and popular content indicates that it resonates well with a broad audience. So document diversity, we touched on this earlier. That ensures a range of perspectives and content types in AI overviews. So you want to just provide varied content formats such as articles, videos, infographics, covering topics from multiple angles. They all can enhance the diversity of how you're covering the topic. Uh, Moving on to the next section, looking at the user dependent measures. So these personalize the AI overviews based on user profiles. So these include attributes of the user profile, recent queries, and recent non-query interactions with search result documents. So look at the user profile attributes. So personalized results are based on user profiles. These can include interests, preferences, and such. So recent queries and interactions also influence the results. For example, if a user frequently searches for technology news, the system might prioritize tech related results, even if the current query is more general. So, looking at the overlap and recency of queries measure, this looks at how closely related the current query is to the user's recent searches and how recently similar queries were made. Um, so, in this instance, you can analyze user search behavior to identify common queries and trends, which can help create timely and relevant content. Look at the interactions with the search result documents. So this considers users' recent interactions with search result documents, such as clicks, engagements, dwell times, scrolling behavior, things like that. So here again, you want to create engaging and interactive content that encourages user clicks, interactions, engagement on page. Make sure, again, touching on your headers, page titles, and such is very engaging and encourages interactions. Um, Looking at the profile data, so this uses non-query interactions to enhance the accuracy of document selection. This is based on the observed user behavior. So this involves analyzing user actions such as browsing history, search history, location data, YouTube activity, Google service interactions, which could include things like Google Maps, Google News, Google Shopping. So by understanding these behaviors, the system can make more accurate predictions about what content could potentially be relevant. So, if a user, for example, frequently visits travel websites, clicks on articles about destinations, the system could potentially prioritize travel content, even if the current search is, not specifically, in that realm. Moving on to related queries measures. So these are about understanding the relevance and context of search queries. So this highlights correlation threshold, topical and entity overlap, temporal proximity, and the amount of time passage. So the correlation threshold, this measures the strength of the relationship between the current query and related queries. So for a search result document to be included, the correlation must meet a specific threshold. So let's keep in mind that this is where we're getting into things like vectors and embedding, where queries are converted to a numerical value. And the system that Google uses and with LLMs use is they match relationships through a proximity of those numbers. So that's really what we're talking about here. So this really gets down, this means identifying queries that are very similar, relevant to the initial query. So for example, if the initial query is movie making, related queries might include cinematography, directing, soundtrack, things of that nature. Topical entity overlap. This is going to look at how closely related the content's topics and entities are to the user's recent queries. So topical overlap will assess the relevance of specific topics, while entity overlap evaluates the relevance of specific entities, such as people, places, things like that. So here you're going to want to make use of topic clusters and cover related entities thoroughly to ensure that you're meeting um, these criteria. So temporal proximity is the frequency of related queries within a short time frame. While the amount of time passage, this measures the gap between the current and recent queries. So understanding these patterns can help you create timely, relevant content that aligns with user interests. Really looking at how users are searching for particular topics that are related to your site. In this last section, we'll discuss context and profile data measures, which include automatic generation of queries, user profile, context overlap, and profile data overlap. So the system automatically generates additional queries based on user context and profile data. So by developing content that addresses a wide range of related topics and analyzing user behavior to identify implied queries, you can potentially capture these additional queries and ensure your content is contextually relevant, which could provide more opportunities for you to be included in those AI overviews. So your user profile context that uses information from the user's profile, such as their search history, preferences, past interactions. For example, if a user frequently searches for technology news, the system might prioritize tech related results, even if the current query is more general. Context overlap, that's going to check if the current query matches the user's recent activities and interests. And if there's a significant overlap, the system selects documents that are aligned with this context. This helps to ensure timely and relevant results. For example, the user has recently searched for concert tickets and their current query is weekend events. The results might prioritize showing concerts. And the system assesses how well the current query matches the user's profile data, including past searches, preferences, behaviors. And having a strong overlap means search results will align closely with the user's interests and needs. So, for example, if a user frequently searches for the latest gadgets and tech news, a query about new releases will also prioritize those technological related products and updates. And lastly, I want to talk about indexation. So the AI overview has access to and selects search result documents from Google's search index. So you need to ensure that your content is indexed by Google to be visible in the AI overviews. So to improve your indexability, make sure your site is crawlable, your content is well structured, and you follow SEO best practices. So to wrap this up, optimizing for AI overviews is likely to become a necessity for visibility and relevance. The Google patent identifies several measures that we just discussed influencing document selection. There's no single formula for combining these measures. So follow SEO best practices, ensure your site is crawlable, structure your content well. This will help you to improve your indexability and visibility in the AI overviews. So thank you for watching. Click the subscribe button below and follow me on X and LinkedIn, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.